They are undefeated, undeniable, and soon to be 3-time Super Bowl champions. Welcome to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast, where we talk about our favorite team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I am Golden Jay, and with me is 3-time podcast favorite, the man, Chico Noise. What's up, buddy?
What's up? How's it going?
It has been a interesting evening for me trying to get stuff ready for Beer 30. Also, Golden Image Podcast, getting stuff around for that. And of course, making sure that I got all my stats and everything ready for tonight's episode. So it's just been a full evening of as soon as I got home from my regular 9 to 5, just trying to get everything done. So
I just want to tell all the listeners out there that the Emperor here has done a really good job of helping and getting stuff around and having all the equipment ready whenever I need it, whenever anybody needs it. I think I'm the only one that's taking it on a pod on the run is what I call it.
Oh, a little pod on the run. Yep. I like that.
Which, Pennsylvania, I did it a couple times. And now we're going to be doing Beer 30. And it's just nice to be able to go to him. We set it up. We make it work. It makes sure it sounds good. And then when I go to set it up, he's always there for a phone call when I need his help.
So it might be a little more difficult this round because I'll be working Friday night while you are setting that up. So I think you got it. I think you know exactly where everything goes. Right. So yeah, you'll be fine. We're looking forward to it. Beer 30 coming up, the 30th episode of the Call Guys. But a bunch of your buddies sitting around drinking beer, talking subjects. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, crazy how time flies. We started in March. Mm-hmm. And here we are, mid-September, and we are just flying through episodes.
Yeah. Well, look at us. This is episode 11 for the Indiana Chiefs fans already. Can you believe that?
No, it's nuts.
We passed our 10. We had the Wives Club. I thought it went well. Hope everybody enjoyed it. We are going to be making a change, and I'd like to make this announcement right here at the beginning of Indiana Chiefs fans. So when this comes out this will come out. Wait. I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
This will still come out.
This will still come out Tuesday, but hopefully we'll be able to. And then we'll have another episode on Thursday.
Yeah,
we are changing. We're swapping around Indiana Chiefs fans and Golden Image Podcast. Golden Image is going to go to Tuesdays. Indiana Chiefs fans is going to go to Thursdays. And the reason for that is that I don't like being a week behind the games. So like this episode, we're going to be talking about the Chiefs and the Cardinals game. But by the time it comes out, we're already going to be through the Chiefs and Chargers game. So this is going to be perfect to work out that way. So we are going to talk about the Arizona game tonight. It's going to come out Tuesday, and then next Thursday we'll talk about the Chargers game plus the upcoming. I do believe it's the Colts. Is that correct? Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we are going to record, and I'm going to lean on Chico Noise there to do a quicker turnaround on these edits for this episode so that they can come out. Hopefully we won't have a bunch of stuff that he's got to edit. Everything will just pretty flow. I think it'll be pretty good. So
it'll work out just fine.
Yep, I'm excited. So yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. So you get us on Tuesday, you're going to get us on Thursday. We may take a week off of Golden Image, just to get through all that bit. So you may have a week of no Golden Image podcast, but we'll be back the week after that. So it'll be intriguing. Maybe we'll just double release. We'll have a Golden Image and a Indiana Chiefs fans on the same day.
Why not?
I might as well go for it. I think it'll be okay. So yeah, maybe we'll spit out an episode for two episodes next Thursday.
I like it.
Or when this comes out in 2 days.
Yeah.
In 2 days, you'll have 2 episodes. So
you're gonna have a week full of Chiefs.
a week full of Chiefs.
Which is kind of crazy because, the Cardinals game falls on Sunday, right?
Mhm.
And then we turn around and we play the Chargers on Thursday.
Mm.
And man, that it's not just as a fan, but as a player, I can't imagine how that feels to have to play 2 games that close together. I know they do it, but you got to be worn out after that first game, and you're at least you're still living off the hype from the win. But
Right. Well, and those guys knew this was coming up. It wasn't like it was something that was thrown at them. Some of those flex games can really throw your status off, I would think. But they knew going into this that after that Arizona game that they were going to be on Thursday night for the Arrowhead opener, the home opener for the Chiefs. And it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for them, and we're getting a primetime game in the Amazon
Prime.
It's just pretty freaking amazing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little jealous Phil's out there for this one.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick. We haven't touched on that yet. We already talked about the change. Phil is actually driving. Well, he's in Kansas City. He made it. They wanted to grab some food, so he is doing that right now. We're gonna have a clip. He sent us a clip from inside Jack Stack down at the plaza, and we'll figure out how to get that fit in there when we get to do it towards the end. I do believe we're gonna try something new at the end of today's episode, and we'll try to get that in there. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
That didn't work what I wanted to do. X out of that. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of it's like I said, it's been a long night.
Your brain's mush.
My brain is mush. So yeah, Phil's going to be joining us a little bit later when he gets back to his room where he'll be staying out there. And yes, he is going to the Chargers game, and we are jealous as hell.
Yeah.
Really wanted to go. A home opener wasn't happening. Too much stuff other going on that I just couldn't get out there and get back in time. So it is what it is. We'll be out there for the Raiders game, the Monday night Raiders game, and then you and me will be out there for the Buffalo game the week after.
Yep.
I'm gonna do some serious mileage in 2 weeks to Kansas City.
Yeah.
And then me and Bobby will be out there for the Tennessee game. And you will be out, you and Sarah heading out for the Jacksonville game.
Yes, Jacksonville. Where
Jacksonville.
Where have I seen that before?
Golden Jay, in your room full of Kansas City gear and maybe a Ball State logo, which,
gotta have that.
Gotta love your Ball State. But right next to that, I don't know if you can see it up there in that corner. Let me get to the right side here. Can you see that if you're watching on YouTube? Right there. That's right. That is a Jacksonville Jaguars replica helmet autographed by Trevor Lawrence that I won, and I'm super excited.
Yeah. It is cool. It is a cool helmet. That's for sure. Besides the logo on it, but
well, it'd be even better if it was a Mahomes or a Kelsey or something like that. But
yeah.
I really like it. I don't want to sell it. I think I'll hold on to it for a minute. Yeah, I think I'll hold on to it. There you go. There's one more thing you're going to inherit when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
You might have to fight with your brother for that one, though.
Yeah. Well, there'd be yeah. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of Chiefs stuff.
Lot of Chiefs stuff. Yeah, I've collected a lot of stuff over my 30 years, so that's for sure.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything exciting going on you want to talk about?
No, we covered Beer 30, and that's a couple episodes away for the call, guys. And I'm excited to record it just to see how it goes. Other than that, no, I mean, it's been a pretty quiet week, which is always nice. And yeah.
You had a quiet week.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
That's pretty strange.
I mean, wasn't much going on at work, at least.
Yeah, there you go. We did go visit with your grandmother last night and help her
Yes.
out. She needed something done, so we got over there and got that done for her. And so it was nice to go hang out with her and visit with her and while we did that stuff. And other than that, yeah, it's just been football. Watching all of the replays and you know, I watched. I was actually recording podcasts with the Murdnerds when the Kansas City Cardinal game was on, so they were recording and I was watching the game on my tablet, trying to be really quiet, not to get all excited or, you know, upset or whatever the case may be with me. You know me.
I don't think you could really get upset during that game.
I was not upset, except I think there was a lot of holding calls that should have been called against Arizona that I seen that. But then again, I was watching on a tablet too, so
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is the refs were really quiet. There wasn't a
well,
whole lot going on.
I do believe that our stat was in that entire game we only had 3 penalties called against us,
Yeah,
which is really unheard of. It's hardly, you know, we usually you're looking at you know, close to 10, usually it's 8,
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, you know, but only 3. That was an amazing night for them. You know, not a lot of unnecessary holding or, you know, just stuff like that. But
I always thought pass interference and is one of the biggest ones. And you know, every time you watch a kickoff, I'm always looking for, you know, block in the back, something like
oh
that. You
yeah,
know, punt returns. Like I'm always looking for that stuff. And to be honest, I don't know that I saw a whole lot of that.
usually when the receiving team, the guy who takes the ball, who and takes off, and if he gets like a super good run and he just, you know, he starts flying through guys,
Yeah.
that's when you'll usually start seeing those
Block in the backs and
block in the back or holding or something like that.
yeah.
Almost every time, you get a super good return of over 50 yards. It's like, yeah, somebody was holding somebody, and
Coming
next thing you
back.
know, it's like, oh, there's a flag.
Yeah.
Bring it back. That's when you hear the backup noises from the from the stadium speakers if it's the visiting team.
Yep.
Yeah. I heard Dwayne Bowe is coming back for the Chargers game to beat the drum.
Yes.
I'm excited that they asked him to come back. I think that's pretty cool. Really, even though I wasn't a big Dwayne Bowe fan while he was there, I think he, in my personal opinion, was overrated as a wide receiver. I think he dropped more passes than he actually caught, but still, the love that Kansas City has for players who play there for a long period of time to come back and do something like that, I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Now, when I did talk to Phil today, he did make a really good point. He was wondering why Lynn Dawson's family wasn't asked to come and beat the drum on this particular night in honor of Lynn, you know, especially opening night on, you know, in prime time. You would think that would be, you know, they'd have called Dwayne up and said, hey, let's just go ahead and shift you to a different day. We're going to bring them in to do it here, and we'll get you back out there to do it again. But, and I'm sure I can't imagine that he would have, you know, been upset with that. I would think that would be one of those things you'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's perfect. Hell, I didn't even come just to hang out and be there to be a part of it, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Dwayne's supposed to be there to beat the drum on Thursday night, and should be exciting. I know Phil's really looking forward to it.
I heard Dwayne's his favorite football player of
It's
all
his
time.
favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
I think he even has like, a whole little shrine to him over in the corner of his man cave. I could be wrong, I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's got posters and like shirtless pics of him up there and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
could be exciting. Oh man. We're all full of shit, right? Yeah, that is like he does not like Dwayne Bowe at all.
Oh,
All right, so there we go. We know where Phil is right now. Phil's getting around and getting back to his I think he's got an Airbnb, but I'm just gonna call it his room. So he's getting to his room and getting things set up so he can join us here tonight and talk a little bit about this Arizona game. But until then, let's go ahead and get started. What do you say?
Yeah.
All right, so Kansas City went out to the desert, to Arizona, and just basically threw a whoop ass and down. All right, that's the end of the podcast tonight.
Yeah.
There's not much more to say. They, in my opinion, Kansas City played complete football in that game.
I agree.
I don't think that there was, I mean, in order to really get down, you'd have to really start nitpicking at what was going on. I mean, we only had 3 penalties, so there wasn't a ton of holding and stuff like that being called. But if they're not seeing it, then they're not doing it. So, but all in all, it was both sides of the ball. The defense played amazing. The offense obviously played amazing because they're an awesome offense. But let's get into a little bit here. Let's just talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Patrick Mahomes.
Patty Mahomes.
So go ahead.
This might be one of his best for completion percentage for a while. I mean,
let's say he went 30 for 39.
Yeah.
360 yards, 5, count them, 5. Let me get to make 5 touchdowns.
Yep.
And
couple rushes in there too. I don't remember how many though. I don't have that stat up.
He was not sacked at all.
Nope.
And he ended up with 144.2 rating on that game.
Nice.
So what is that percentage? Do you have the percentage? His completion percentage?
I don't.
Okay. That's got to be close to 80%, doesn't it? Over 80%?
Oh yeah. Yep.
I mean, I'm just trying to do quick math in my head. Math sucks. Yeah. So Gunner's going to break out the calculator and take a peek at it. But I mean, he threw the ball to 9 different receivers, 9 different players.
76%.
Oh, damn. It's not over 80.
It's right there.
It's just right there.
Yep.
Close.
But still pretty good. He's on track for Mom's prediction.
Which is what? What was her prediction again?
75% on the season.
Well, she nailed the first round.
Yep.
She's got the first one down. So after the first week. Hey, listen, I'd take 16 more weeks of that. Yeah, right there. Yeah, every game. Yeah. Every game. Scoring 44 points. Come on.
44-21.
44-21. So like everybody's saying, we started in the desert. Let's go ahead and end in the desert, because everybody knows that the Super Bowl is going to be in Arizona this year. Now, I hope that for the Super Bowl, they fix that damn field, because there was something wrong with that field. And the reason I say that is Harrison Butker.
You think the field's what caused him to?
It looked like that field gave underneath him when he planted. That was his plant foot, and it looked like he just ripped out a big divot and his ankle twisted. So right now he is on IR. He will not be playing against the Chargers. They have brought in Um, oh, what's his name? Come on,
I don't know.
Amendola. Amendola's coming in to. He was playing for the Jets last year. He's coming in to fill in. Um, I don't know. I don't really know much about him, to be honest, Amendola. But hopefully he'll be able to just stick it through there until Butker can get back. But so we scored the touchdown. Number 7 puts it through the uprights. He comes back for the kickoff. That's when he hurts his ankle. He goes out. We get the ball back. We go down. We score a touchdown. And what happens? Justin Reed comes out and kicks the extra point, puts it smack dab down the middle. It looked amazing. And then what happens? Justin Reed starts taking over kickoff duties. So he's kicking, and apparently I missed it. Well, I thought I saw it, but
the first one
where he puts it through the uprights.
Yep.
So he kicks it and puts it through the uprights again. How come we don't get 3 points for that?
When it happened, I looked at Sarah and said, "Man, that guy's got a leg." I mean, it just flew, and you never saw it come down on the camera when they were panning, following or whatever.
Right.
You never saw it come down. It just, I don't know if it hit the net or it went over the net.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they probably don't raise the net for kickoffs.
Yeah, maybe probably not. So it just flew right past into the crowd, probably knocked somebody out.
Somebody took Justin Reed's ball to their face.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And he did it.
Yeah.
He did it about every time. I mean, he kicked off what?
At least four times. At least 4 times because Tommy Townsend does the punt.
Punting.
So
yeah. But it was every one of them. He was booting them out there, and every one of them was a touchback. So,
yep. Yeah, it was. I just you got to praise that guy that he can come in and do that. Now the second, the third point after the third touchdown, he did miss that one. He shanked it pretty hard.
Yeah.
But he is not. That is not his job. That's just he was just filling in, and the kickoffs and all that stuff were amazing. If he missed one, it's okay. We don't really hold that against him at all. But that would be one of those little nitpicking things that we would look at, being like, well, this didn't really go our way, but it is what it is. So
well, and then you see Butker come back in to kick that 54-yarder.
Yes. Well, he come back in and started kicking after that second one. I think we did 1 3-point and then a couple point afters. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what it was.
That 3-pointer was.
You got to hand it to Butker because he can't plant. So he took a 1-step kick, and that 1-step kick was 54 yards.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Pretty amazing.
Like I said, man, that is the man who's got steel cojones to go back out there and do that and do it, effectively.
Yeah.
And I handed it to him, man. That was pretty amazing because he had to be in super duper pain. I mean, we all know what it's like to sprain your ankle or wrist or something like that. That shit fucking hurts, man.
Yeah.
And for him to go back out and play, unfucking believable.
Yeah.
But he's out this week, and I'm bummed because didn't you have a prediction last week on Butker? I'm trying to remember. Do you remember what it was?
7. Yeah. His long.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now. 60, 64, 67. I don't remember.
Did you call up a 70?
No.
No, you don't think he'll do a 70?
No. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it before a game.
And in practice when he's just out playing.
Yeah. And there's a YouTube video out there of him. Some guy I watched it years ago, but I think it was Butker's first season. He was on this guy's YouTube channel where he was talking about the mechanics of field goal kicking. Well, he had Butker on the video, and Bucker was going through, and I think he kicked like a 72 or 73 yarder off of a tee, not a tee, but a
Really
stand. Yeah,
nice. The guy's amazing.
he
Hopefully, we
is.
have a speedy recovery and he gets back soon. And hopefully, Amendola will be okay and at least get us those extra points that we need.
Yep.
If not, we'll just I'll take a crippled Harrison Butker any day,
Or Justin Reed.
or Justin Reed. You damn straight. All right, so let's talk about the running game a little bit from the Arizona game. Andy Reid's not really heavy on the run game. I mean, it's never really been his repertoire to have a real heavy run game, but it looks like about 27 attempts in that game. But you know who was on top, right? You gonna say it? You gonna say it?
Pikachu.
There, you went for it. Why do we call him Pikachu?
Because he's electric.
Because he's electric.
Isaiah
Pachenko, 12 carries for 62 yards, which averages about 5.2. I mean, damn, not bad. Not bad for his very first outing in a regular season. Gotta love it. So I'm excited for him. Clyde Allaire had 7 carries for 42 yards, which averaged about 6 yards a carry. Looks like McKinnon had 4 for 22 at about a 5.5. And then it's just kind of, MVS had 1 for -3. That was a botch play. I mean, if you had to look at it, it just wasn't a very good play. Maybe they'll take that one out and throw it in the trash, or maybe they'll try it again and see if they can get it to work. You never know.
Never happened.
But Pachenko, a good outing. Now, that was late in the game when they were just running to just basically chew the clock up.
Yeah.
You've got a 20 plus point lead. You don't usually tend to try to throw and try to mess things up and
risk an interception or
anything like that. So they call it garbage ball, but I don't know. You give these guys a chance to get out there and play. Arizona was still looking to stop them, so
yeah, they were trying.
They were. What else we got? I ain't really going to talk too much about Arizona's stats. Travis Kelce went 8-4, a 121, which is averaged about 15.1. He did have 1 touchdown. His longest was 35 yards. Now I want to stop and talk about that for a minute, because last week we did really focus on the Travis Kelce predictions.
Yeah.
One of the two, we talked about Mahomes, we talked about Travis. Those were the two individual players that we really, went after. We predicted another 1,000-yard season.
Yeah.
So in one game, he's already at 121. If he could get 120 in every game, I mean, he's going to reach his 1,000 by the 10th game.
Yeah.
By week 10. Or week 11, because we have a bye week at week 8?
Yeah. So we have 16 total.
Yes. So he's got to get how many yards?
If he had 120, it'd be almost at 2,000 yards at the end of the season.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine if Travis got over 2,000 yards? That'd shut a lot of people up to think that he's getting too old to be out there. The guy is still a monster.
He only needs 62 yards a game. Rounded up 63. 63 yards a game would get him to his 1,000.
There's no way that he's not going to get that in a game.
And not after watching that.
No. There's no way, especially if he's averaging 15 yards a touch. There's no way that he's not going to
There'll
Get
be
that
games.
1,000.
There'll be games where he's only getting 25, 30 yards, so too.
Mm.
I'll guarantee it. Now, one or two of those games, he's going to be in the low early tens, probably between 10 and 50.
Juju had a good night. He had 6 for 79 yards, which is an average of about 13. MBS had 4 for 44. Clyde had 3 for 32. Sky Moore had 1 for 30. I like that. The Sky had one reception for 30 yards, which averages him about 30 yards a catch.
Good start out right there.
That's my favorite. Looks like Clyde had 2 touchdowns. McCole Hardman had 1, and Jody Fortson had 1. And that's funny because he had 1 catch for 1 yard and 1 touchdown. Yep. I love it. So yeah, there you go. That gives you a quick brief over of the receiving in the game. What else we got? There we go. We have fumbles. I didn't realize they put the stat out for fumbles on there. Juju had 2 fumbles. He lost the 1. That was not his fault. That guy come in from behind him and punched that sumbitch right out of there. I mean, he didn't even know he was there. So it's all good.
That's real football.
That is real football.
They're trying to do it.
Yep. Henny had a fumble. Mahomes had a fumble. Pachinko had a fumble. We only lost the 1, just the one that Juju had. So everybody was on it. Not a big whoop there. Nick Bolton actually led the defense in total tackles. He had 10 altogether, 8 of those solo. Snead had a really badass sack,
where he came off though. Oh my gosh, that was instant. It was like instantaneous.
Yeah. Carlos Dunlap had a sack, and Wharton had a sack. So we ended up getting 3 sacks in that game. That's a nice start to that list of 80 that I predicted. Furious George, damn, he looked good. He did not get a sack in that game. I was really hoping he'd get a sack in his first game. But man, that kid's motor just does not stop running. That thing is in high gear. And between him, Chris Jones, Dunlap, and Frank Clark, man, they're just going to keep that offensive line, no matter who they're playing, on their toes. And they are going to get to the quarterback. And we are going to, I'd like to say we average 3 to 4 sacks a game, honestly.
I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Everybody in Kansas City going to be getting their Big Macs.
Oh, that's right. You get a sack in Kansas City. You head down to your local McDonald's the next day, pick up a Big Mac for a sack.
Yep.
Can I get sponsored from that? Since we talked about it.
Figure it out. Yeah, we're gonna get sued for talking about Big Macs.
Yeah, Big Mac per sacks. Well, that'd be 3. That would be 3. That would be 3 that had to give away, wouldn't it? No, they only give away as long as there's a sack, they give you a free Big Mac. So,
but I think it's like during a certain like time frame. I don't think you can get it all day.
Oh, they break it down per time?
I think so.
Huh.
I don't know. I've never done it.
Well, I'm never usually in Kansas City the next day after a game or think about going to McDonald's. If I'm in Kansas City, you know where I'm going to go? I'm going to get me some barbecue.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because barbecue's good in Kansas City.
That it is.
We didn't have any INTs.
Either side of the ball.
No. Nope. Punt returns, we were averaging, looks to be about 22, 23 between kick returns between Sky Moore and Pachenko. Sky Moore looked amazing. really getting after it out there. I mean, I think with some more work in between him and Mahomes, they'll get some nice chemistry going on. I think you're going to see Sky Moore in Kansas City for a while. I think it's where he's going to
I hope
call
so.
home, and him and Mahomes are going to get together. Tommy Townsend, 108 yards. He's averaging about 54 per punt. So, but he only had 2 punts. So I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But all in all, man, what an amazing game. I have watched it 3 times. I watched the version while we were recording the podcast, and then I watched the condensed version, and then I went back and watched the full version. And yeah, I don't really have a ton to report on it except, wow, what a great game. If they continue to play like that against every team, other teams don't stand a chance.
Not at all.
Now, I know that there's always going to be those, and you know what they always say, any given Sunday. I mean, they could have a bad Sunday along the way. I predicted last week that they would go 15-2. I'm after watching them play against Arizona, I'm not convinced that I'm too far off. I think once again, I do believe I said I thought the Buffalo game could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch the Rams play on Thursday night, and I'm not convinced that they'll beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
I truly believe that maybe they just need to get their go together, but they did not look good on that Thursday night. And I think if they continue to play like that, they're going to, be in the hunt for that number 1 draft pick. You can't take away the ball. I mean, I know they play Buffalo and everything, but Jesus, they took away the ball 3 times from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do nothing with it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I didn't watch the whole game. I watched part of the start of the Thursday night game and then watched part of the end of it because I was recording. But
right.
Yeah, nothing really stuck out for either team with me, even then going back and watching the highlights. So we would keep talking about this Bills game as it's going to be the game of the season for the Chiefs. It's going to be the toughest game we have. And I think as we progress and get closer to it, it's probably going to be more like the truth. But I didn't feel like either one of those teams had a whole lot going for them. Just in that game, a lot of takeaways, a lot of mishaps. So, but they're both good teams. I mean, they have been for the last couple of years. That's the other thing.
Right. My takeaway was that Buffalo actually looks really good. Josh Allen did throw a couple interceptions, and the Rams, like I said, I know they had like 3 takeaways that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, and I'll say this again, stop me if you think I'm wrong. I truly believe that Josh Allen will be the downfall of the Buffalo Bills. I think that his attitude and his ego are going to implode that football team. That's just what I see coming from the future. I think he's a good quarterback right now. I don't know that he's got a longevity. I don't know that he is the next GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He's not the next Tom Brady. He's not the next Joe Montana. Even though he thinks he is, the hype is bigger than what the actual truth of that is.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people that probably will disagree with me, and I totally get that. You turn on ESPN or you turn on NFL Network, and all they want to do is talk about how great Josh Allen is, or how great Joe Burrow is, or even Justin Hubert in what is it now? LA. Herbert, is it what I say? Hubert, it's the Hubert thing.
Yeah.
Is it Herbert? Herbert. Yeah, Colton's coming after me because I can't get these names right.
Yeah.
they keep talking about how great these quarterbacks are, but yet, they're not really showing it.
Yeah, we're not seeing it.
Every week, I just keep hearing how great these quarterbacks are, how great these quarterbacks are. And then, Josh Allen throws 3 interceptions. A great quarterback throws 0, which reminds me, how many did Patrick Mahomes throw?
0. Now, I will defend Herbert a little bit just because this is the first game of the season, and I mean he's not really learning a new offense or anything, but he's coming off a decent season for being. It was his first season, correct? I mean, he didn't starting.
Starting the whole season.
Yeah. So I mean, he's still young to the game, and I do think he is a pretty good quarterback. I think he just maybe needs to warm up. And I'm not defending the Chargers because obviously I'm not a Chargers fan or a Raiders fan or a Broncos fan. I am a Chiefs fan. I hate the AFC West.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
Yeah.
No, I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not picking on him as a quarterback in general. I think he is, when I remember watching the game that they brought him in, and I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble now.
Yeah.
Because this is the new quarterback, and here we go. They're bringing in this young gun, and he knows the game of football, and he does it good. I just keep getting to these points where it's like you keep hearing about how the AFC West is just going to dominate everything because of Russell Wilson or Justin or Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr. I've been a Derek Carr fan since I watched him play his first game. But, he's got a hump that he needs to get over to be a great quarterback. He's still a good quarterback, but there's a hump that he just cannot get over to be a great quarterback. And when he got hurt a couple seasons ago, that almost just ended him in my mind. He has not been the same quarterback he was when he first started. And, it's just same for the others. They have humps to get over. Justin's got a hump he needs to break in order to become a great quarterback. And I don't know that he'll ever get it done.
Yeah.
But they're good. They're good. And, they're in those spots for a reason because they are good. But I do want to touch on this since we are Kansas City fans. We are AFC West, rivals. What the fuck happened to Denver the other night?
I don't know. It's just I would like to hear the explanation from the coaches and like hear what they all had to say. Maybe I'll go back and actually watch some of the post-game interviews with them just to hear what their thoughts are on just the game in general. But
my thing is, I still stand behind what I said early on. Denver bet the house. They went all in on Russell Wilson. And don't get me wrong, I backtracked myself watching that game because he has a couple of receivers that, like Surtain, and there's another one, and I can't think of the name of it, but he has a couple of receivers that are really good that I'd forgotten about in this whole transaction. But they bet the house on Wilson, and they don't have really much else to kind of go on. They have an okay running back. I mean, he's not terrible, but they're not gelling, and it became kind of obvious, that they didn't gel. And then at the end of that game, it's fourth down. It's 4th and 3. Game's on the line. You bring in the kicker who has never made anything over 54 yards to kick a 60-yard. He had a 60-yard attempt or something to that effect.
I don't remember.
but statistically, he's never made anything over 50 yards. And they brought him in to go for the win. Why wouldn't you spent all this money on Russell Wilson? Why would you not give him the ball?
Yeah.
To do
Let
what
him do it.
you
Let him do his
need
job.
to get done.
Yeah.
And that was the point your brother made to me when I was talking to him. I was like, I don't understand. And then the last part, and it drove me freaking nuts. So they missed a field goal. There's, I don't know, 20 seconds left on the clock or 10 seconds. I don't even remember exactly how much time was left. Geno Smith takes a knee for Seattle. And freaking Denver called a timeout. There's no mathematical way that the timeouts are going to beat how many knees that Geno could take to win the game.
But they do it anyways.
And then Geno takes a knee and they call a timeout. And I'm just like, you're just prolonging the inevitable. You're basically just using the timeouts because you're going to use a timeout.
It's kind of petty.
Now, in my mind, it's completely petty. Just fucking take your loss and move on. I think in my thought process, and nobody said this out loud, but in my thought process was he was using them hoping that maybe there would be some sort of mishap between the center and Geno, and there could possibly be a fumble and maybe they could get the ball back. That would be the only reason I could think of for Hackett to use those freaking timeouts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, can't take them with you, so you might as well use them, right?
I guess.
Oh, it drove me nuts. It's always
been one of those things. They're down, say it's a team down 20, 21 points, and they don't even have the ball, and they need it. They call a timeout. They need it. They call a timeout. They need it. They use their last timeout. And it's like, what? I mean, you're definitely not getting 21 points in the next 20 seconds.
That is exactly right. 100%. You're not going to get it. You might as well just take it and just move on.
But Denver was down 3. I mean, something could have happened, I guess. I mean,
like I said, that was the only possible reason I think to take timeouts is he was hoping for something to happen between the center and Geno. But, congratulations to the Seahawks because everybody's completely wrote them off since Russell left. Yeah. And they come out and Geno Smith led them to a victory. It wasn't a beautiful thing by any means, but they did win, and they beat their old quarterback in Seattle. And now, you can look at it another direction too, is like, we're in trouble now. You let the other direction, well, Russell didn't get his 32 where he's beat every team in the league. So, but that time will come.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's wandering around like an aimless old man. Are you got glasses hanging around your neck? I mean, did you get your slippers on there?
These are
those are your cheap glasses,
baby. I was looking for my headphones, actually.
Oh, well, Karen's got them.
Well, she's got more than that.
Hi.
Hey. Can you hear me real quick? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
So, how are you feeling? Are you better?
Oh, 100%.
Good deal. Good deal. I'm really sorry you missed last week's Wives Club. The girls missed you. But
I could have came and gave COVID.
I want to ask you real quick, since you missed it, I just can I get a couple predictions from you?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. I'll make them easy on you. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think Kansas City's record is going to be this year? Obviously, you already know that they've got one win. So
it's what, 17
games?
Yeah. 15-2.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
How many yards do you think Patrick Mahomes will throw this year?
1,500. 5.
Hold on. Last year he threw 4,800 yards. How much is he going to throw this year? Don't look at him. Don't look at him. Look at me.
I'm not allowed to cheat.
Last
So
year
you-
was 4,800 yards.
Well, see, I didn't know that.
No.
That's okay.
So what do you think
That's
it'll be
okay.
this year?
Last year it was 4,000,
800 and some change.
5,200.
Perfect. Travis Kelce has had 6,000-yard seasons in a row. Will Travis Kelce get his 7th 1,000-yard season?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's all I'm going to bug you about tonight. When we get to the end of the season, we'll do the Wives Club again, and we'll go over our predictions and kind of have a good time talking about them. How's that?
Sounds good.
How many
All
yards
right.
did Kelsey have last week?
Do what?
How many yards did Kelsey have last week?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on. I think you know the answer.
Kelsey had, I think I know this one.
And I'm not helping.
Last year?
Mm-mm.
This year?
Last week.
That last week?
Against
He
Arizona.
had, like 280.
That's a
No.
little high. You're a little high on that one,
A little
huh?
high on that
Like
one.
123. I think.
121.
Yeah,
Oh, I
know-
didn't think it would be that low.
No, he averages about 80 to 120 a game, give or take.
Gunner did the math a little bit ago. In a 16-game season, as long as he gets 65 yards a game, he'll definitely reach his 1,000.
Yeah.
But-
Which,
Okay.
If he continues to get 120 a game, he's going to break 2.
yeah, that'd be so
Okay.
awesome.
Yep.
Yep.
Hi, Gunner.
What's up?
Not much.
You got the-
Happy anniversary, you two. 25 years. That's amazing.
Thank you.
like I said on Facebook, 25 to life.
Yep. Well, we know who the stuck one is, and it's not you, Phil. It's
Yeah.
Karen. She's
I'm the one
stuck.
I'm the one with all the notes.
She's the one with the tin cup on the jail bars going, nobody.
No, she's more like dead man walking. Dead man walking. the
We got to our 25th year, and I think this year is for sure our Chiefs year to go back to the Super Bowl
and win.
and win.
All right. One more prediction. I'm going to ask you. Who do you think they're going to play in the Super Bowl?
Bills.
No,
No.
No.
can't.
Oh, they can't.
Right.
Shit. Do you see what I mean?
No, it's an easy mistake to make. Believe me. That's your
Okay, hold
in my mind. That's your AFC Championship game right there.
Correct.
Kansas
Yeah.
City and Buffalo.
Yep.
Okay.
Tatanka.
Tatanka.
Tatanka. That's Buffalo. That's Indian for Buffalo.
OBTC. And oh God, I'm trying to remember these last few games we've been watching. Who looked really good? Was it? I think it was the Eagles.
It could be the Eagles.
It could very well be
Some
the
people
Eagles.
have
It could be the
called that
Eagles.
already.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be what we call the
I'm-
Indy Bowl.
Yep. There's
Yeah,
one
Andy Bowl.
analyst that said Philly and
Yeah.
the Chiefs.
Yep, they think Philadelphia could be a Cinderella team this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's your prediction.
Here's
from
my
Karen.
prediction then.
All right, nicely done.
Thank you.
Nicely done. Did you guys? Yeah, I'll ask you after a bit. I'll ask you later.
Okay. See you guys in a bit.
What?
Bye.
You gonna ask if we had any funky butt loving?
No. Why did you?
No.
I'm sure that all of our fans from the Indiana Chiefs fans who listen to our podcast every week need to know whether you had funky butt loving.
And thank God for editing.
Oh, that's
Oh
staying
no,
in
we're
there.
leaving that in. That's got to stay.
Funky butt loving.
Funky butt loving.
All right,
How was
let's see
your-
right-
How was your
Okay.
drive? How was your drive?
you know how those drives are, but it was uneventful. It went pretty quick. 558 miles
Good Lord.
from our house to Jackstack and then to the house here.
Right on.
So
I see. Are you staying in an Airbnb there then, right?
yeah.
That is a
Actually have
nice collection of books you have. You going to read any of those while you're
let's
behind
see.
you? Oh, there's some there too.
Yeah. Wow. They have a very bizarre book collection here. Let's just say they're probably not on my read list.
There you go. I'll tell you what is on my read list, and I just heard this today.
And Andy?
Andy?
Or Justin.
No, Andy Reid list.
Andy Reid. Yeah, that's on my read list. You met him last year when you went down and onto the field and held the flag. He got inducted into the Chiefs Ring of Honor, I guess. I'm sorry. Tim, help me with the last name. Is it Rungan?
Oh, crap. I'm going blank.
Yeah.
Just because it's been a long day. It's like Ruggard or something like that.
Yeah. He's actually putting a book out that comes out the 20th of September about all the stuff that went on in the 90s, all the fun stuff that in the locker room and being with Joe and all those guys, you know, through the years. I think I'm going to pick that book up.
That could be very interesting. Can you hear me all right, by the way?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay.
If you go to his website and buy the book from his website, your copy comes autographed. So,
oh, Snikes, you gotta send me that link and post it on the Facebook page.
As soon as I find it, I'll get that taken care of.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So me and Chico have pretty much talked over the Arizona game. Chief, what's your take on the Arizona game?
My take on it overall, obviously, you know, they were routed, you know, they were disorganized. I don't think they were ready to play as a team. So that's my first take on it. I think Arizona's better than what they showed. I could say that for probably half of the NFL at this point.
Right.
For some reason this year, a lot of the teams chose not to play any of their starters in any of the preseason games. And I think it showed. NFL wide. So sorry, I'm going bigger than just
that's fine.
our game. I don't know if that was truly the case, you know, altogether with Arizona. I know that they didn't play their starters a lot as well. I was impressed with the way that KC took hold of the game from the first second through, you know, basically the entire game until it was trash time. But I will say the defense looked better. I think our secondary better watch out. And, you know, there was a couple plays that we're used to seeing where receivers just wide the hell open.
Right.
I think that happened a couple of times and I wasn't happy about that, but they stopped them, you know, except for one time. I think he went in for a touchdown. So that kind of, you know, that's always bothered me when we leave people wide open multiple times in the same game.
Right.
You know, once, shame on me, you know, twice, you know, shame on you, right?
Right.
So I think we got to shore that up. The defensive line I thought looked good. Our new boy, Kalafakis.
We'll call him Furious George.
Well,
Colton quits yelling at me for saying it wrong. I'm going to call him Furious George.
Well, there's an island, the Galapagos Islands.
Galapagos.
So we can just call him Island Boy.
There you go.
Island Man, we should say.
Island Man. Yeah, he's no boy.
Yeah, definitely not a boy. I thought he played well in his first NFL game. He had a lot of pressures. He and Frank Clark, I think, were a good tandem.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, they lined up quite a few times on the same side during the game. and that I think caused a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So I think the defensive line's looking good. Secondary, I still say is okay. I need to see 1 or 2 more games before I'm sold on, our safeties and cornerbacks, to be honest.
Well, now that McDuffie is actually out
Yep.
this week. He had a strained hamstring, from my understanding. Once again, I throw this out there. I brought this up after he had that concussion in preseason. Is this something that we think we're going to see with McDuffie throughout the entire season?
I don't know. We don't need Sammy Watkins on the defense, to be honest.
Picking on Sammy.
Hey man, I call it like it is.
Hey, Sammy had some low numbers in Green Bay
I think
this last week.
13 yards for 3 catches.
Right. But he's still healthy and he'll be back next week.
Yeah, but I still got till week 6.
Either one of you win. It doesn't really matter. You both be drinking beer.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's too early. I don't know enough about them, so I can't really say, to be honest. It's just something to watch, like you're noting.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on him. I want to see what he can do, because honestly, nobody targeted him in preseason, and when he was playing this against Arizona, they didn't target him much at all in that either. So
yeah, well, if he's injuring himself by not even being targeted,
I know, right? That's what concerns me. He got a concussion and a pulled hamstring, and he was never even targeted for the.
I know. I'll give it the Spags. Hopefully this unit's going to be really cohesive. I said in many podcasts, I'll take a 15th ranked defense any day of the week.
Well, I truly believe after watching the Arizona game, I think, you've got a top 10 defense right there. I think
it's too early. I think Arizona wasn't ready.
Well, that's true too. I understand that, but I truly believe that.
10. I'll take a top 10. Hell yeah. I mean, I'll take top 15, middle of the pack,
right.
We're not gonna, we won a Super Bowl with what? We were 27th or 25th or something going into the Super Bowl that we won. And that's only because we played good the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Right. When they brought it all together, and they seem to already be buying into Spags' defense early on. So
yeah,
in my mind, that's
board.
Yeah, it's going to go straight up.
I just need to see more, the offense kicked ass, period. I mean,
well,
period.
we never thought they wouldn't.
Did you guys talk about, and I don't have the article in front of me because I just landed at the house via 4 wheels, that I had run across an article rating the quarterback rankings. And of course, depending on what site you go, you're going to get different results, right? And,
right.
And this one popped up today, and I was like, there's no effing way that Mahomes is second. I was like, against Herbert. They had Herbert first and Mahomes second. I'm like, hold on. He threw 2 interceptions, Herbert. Had 3 touchdowns, less than 300 yards. Mahomes had 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, over 300 yards.
300. Mahomes went, and I talked about this earlier. Mahomes went 30 for 39, 360 yards, 5 touchdowns, which averaged about 9.2 yards a throw, with a rating of 144.2.
Yeah, and also he broke his personal record of consecutive passes to 12.
Yes, I forgot about that. I did.
Oh, that's why you pay me the big bucks.
That's right.
Andy hurt his hand.
And he broke his thumb.
Yeah,
he strained it. He didn't break it. Yeah.
Well, his wrist more, right, than his thumb.
I don't know. All I know is that they X-rayed and there's nothing wrong. I mean, there's no breaks or anything in it.
I think it was his wrist, to be honest. I don't think it had anything to do with the hand.
Well, it's not his dominant hand, so
yeah.
Well, with Patrick, it could be.
Yeah, for Patrick. Hey, he did do a shuffle pass after that.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, with the offhand, and it was
Yep.
fine.
Was that the
But
was
yeah,
that the
I mean,
Allaire touchdown where he did that little underhand pass?
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things Andy Reid invented, and you know, being a copycat league, you know, you're seeing it more and more every year.
Oh
But
yeah.
I
Yeah.
still think it's a pretty badass play. I don't care who's doing it. It's like
Yeah.
that's badass.
Yeah.
I want to see him do the behind the back throw. You know, the one he was practicing in preseason.
Right.
I know that's going to happen during a game, and I just can't wait for it and just see like Travis Kelsey just like, thank you. Um, I can't wait for it. You know, it's a gimmick play, but you know, but his back's turned, so the defense will be like, "What's he doing?"
Right.
So I can see where it can come into play, but I don't know. I don't know if they'll do it. But I was listening.
Maybe if they're 20 points ahead, and you know he's just looking to have a little bit of fun. I don't know that it's going to be one of those that's going to be in a clutch moment where they really need this, and we try to do this trickery play. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what do you guys think? And I'm sure you probably already talked about it. You know, the San Diego game coming up. They have 2 players out, you know, that were key contributors, I think, you know, last week. Obviously we have a different kicker, you know, which, you know, that's fine. I'd rather have a different kicker than have a wide receiver out that's, you know, of good caliber, right?
Oh, I agree. I think Matt Amendola will be okay. I think he's an experienced kicker, and he may not have the leg that Butker has. I don't know what his stats are when he was with the Jets or anything, but I think he'll be perfect for the extra points and, you know, some of the short yard 3-pointers if we need them.
Well,
I mean, we're Kansas City. We're the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, we're going in for the touchdown. We're not going for the 3-pointers. But
yeah, true that.
I still stand by what I said earlier, that I don't believe that the Chargers are that good of a team. I don't see us. You know, everybody predicted us to split. You know, to split games with them, and
Did
they're
I
still
predict
saying
that?
Oh, I don't know if you did. I'm just talking about, you know, the experts. You know what? We're not experts. We're just, you know,
We're just a bunch
Indiana
of
fans.
hacks.
Yeah,
We're just a bunch of hacks,
exactly.
especially Gunner over there with his yellow Chief shirt on.
In his white call guy hat, you know.
Which, by the way, I do have on my camo Chiefs.
I see that.
Well, you know, it's camo. I wasn't sure if you saw it.
Oh, I put on my sweatshirt because it's been such a long night. I just got my cheap sweatshirt on. I just don't see San Diego. God bless America. I don't see the LA Chargers as a major threat. I mean, I could be wrong. And in the game on Thursday night, you know, they could blow us out, and I could totally eat my words.
Well, I can guarantee you they're not going to blow us out.
Right.
I will guarantee you a win by more than the 4-point spread.
What's your prediction on the score?
I'm gonna go 45-24.
Chico, what are you predicting?
31-28 Chiefs.
I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to say 35-28 Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, you know, like I said, I just don't think the Chargers, I tried to say San Diego again. I don't think the Chargers are as great as everybody says they are. And they just lost their number 1 receiver. He's not going to be playing.
Yep.
You know, and that's gonna hurt them big time.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
he is to be reckoned with. There's no doubt in my mind. You know, those two together is just amazing.
I mean, as with any team, you know, it's the next man up. I mean, we don't know who that is, and obviously the next man up's not going to be the same caliber. Otherwise, he'd be playing.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But you know, I again, you know, we talked about this earlier, and we'll have to go back and watch it. I think the only team I did actually say that we would split with would be the Chargers. We win
Right.
at Arrowhead, and then they win in LA. Everybody else, I said we would sweep.
I said the same thing. So
See, I'm a little different on that. I think that we will take the Chargers in both games this year. I think our split is actually going to be Oakland. Or Las Vegas. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
It's going to be the Raiders. And here's why I said, and you weren't with us last week as we talked about this. The Raiders always show up and play us super hard. I don't care if they are the suckiest team in the fucking NFL at the time. When they play Kansas City, they play Kansas City with a certain passion that burns in the deepest fires from hell.
Well, I would say I would agree with you if our defense is in the lower echelon. If we're in the middle of the pack on defense, I think it's a sweep.
Right on. Well, let me finish what I have to say.
No, the Raiders suck. They're not gonna
I know you're a Raider hater. We play the Raiders the last game of the year. And I believe that by that point, we will have already dominated the AFC West, and that's going to be a throwaway game for us. And I think that's probably where the split's going to happen.
Gotcha. Okay, I can concur with that then.
Yeah.
I forgot that is the New Year's Day game.
No, that's Denver. This is a game after the New Year's Day.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's because it's away. That's right.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you're thinking home games. Our last home game will be the New Year's Day. Yep.
That's why we don't make any money on here.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Chico, what do you think? What do you think of the Raiders?
the Raiders.
It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. I don't know. Like we talked about earlier, AFC West is always a tough division. I don't think it's going to be nearly as tough this year. I think we're going to have more problems, when it comes to some of the other teams in the AFC, even the NFC. There's a lot of teams that are going to be challenges this year. The Raiders, though, I don't know that I think we'll sweep them, to be honest.
Which, by the way, you didn't ask me my predictions.
Well, no, I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm kind of working. We're working through this whole Arizona game. You had COVID last week. You missed the predictions. All right. Well,
I have a prediction for you.
Oh, dear Lord.
And I lost. I predicted I'd never get COVID.
Yeah. That's a big fail. Well, you went 2.5 years. I think you did all right.
Yeah.
All right, Phil. Let's run through what we did, and I'll try to remember all of them because I did listen to it. I did listen to it again. So, okay. So, what is your prediction on Kansas City's final regular season record?
14-3.
14-3 with losses to who?
We're gonna have a random loss to some crappy team. I'm going to be honest. It happens.
So we're going to lose to the Raiders.
No, we're not going to lose to the Raiders.
That damn Seattle game.
Don't say Jacksonville because I want to be at that game.
Jacksonville. Hey, Jacksonville. Jacksonville. Look at you right there.
Jacksonville's overrated. Actually, they suck, but you want me to say which games? Hold on.
You don't have to say which games.
No.
Yeah, and the Chargers. You said we're going to lose one of them to the Chargers.
Right, and one to some random crappy team, and then I got to pick a third. I'm
waiting for the name to come up.
You're such a nerd. Hold on.
You know the name that I'm waiting for. He's looking at the schedule.
Yep, I gotta pull it up real fast because there was one game I marked down there that's probably a loss.
One game, one name.
Oh,
that I'm
that was too easy. We're gonna lose the Buffalo game.
That wasn't the name I was looking for.
And the reason why I say that is that's typically what we do for the past, I believe, in the regular season. And then we either beat them or they beat themselves out of the playoffs every year.
Who, Buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we lost to them regular season. And then we beat them in the playoffs. That's typically what happens. But I think last year they lost to somebody else, not us.
Were you
Right.
thinking the Bucks?
Yeah.
No, they lost to us last year, remember?
Okay.
You didn't go to that game. You gave the tickets to your niece,
that's
and
right.
it was the
That's
best
right.
the best game ever.
The whole overtime bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we'll lose to them during the regular season again and beat them in the playoffs.
See, I really thought you would go Tampa Bay.
No, Tampa Bay, they're done. Tampa Bay's done. Mark my words. They're not even going to make the playoffs.
Oh, snap. Another prediction coming out of nowhere.
They're not going to make the playoffs. I bet
Tampa Bay to not even make the playoffs.
I think they're going to be like a 9-6 or 9-18. Sorry. That's my gut feeling.
All right. Write that down. All right. Patrick Mahomes, 4,800 yards last season, 4,800 yards last season. What's he going to throw this year?
57-50.
You think it's going to be that high?
Yeah.
And
he's got too many receivers now.
And how many touchdowns? I'm trying to remember.
I'm gonna say.
What did he have last year?
Hey, I'm gonna go out and just because it's funny. I'm gonna say 57.
57?
57, 50, and 57.
And the reason why I say that is because of Heinz ketchup, number 57.
Okay.
There's got to be some logic behind this stuff, man.
Well, look, if that's what you want to call logic, okay.
How many did you have last year? Touchdowns.
I don't remember. I think it was 30, 38 or something like that. I don't have that stat in front of me at this point.
Yeah, I think he's going to be, I think it'll be above 50, so I'm going to go 57 just because of he loves ketchup on his steak.
All right.
And, he'll get a lifetime supply of that if he hits 57 touchdowns. And Gia Field will be renamed, Heinz Field.
There you
because
go.
the Steelers suck. They're tired of supporting them.
Yeah, well. Okay, so Travis Kelce, six-time 1,000 yards.
No
He's going to do it again. How many?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say 1,400 this year.
Okay.
Which is not that bad of a limb. I think last year he had like 11 or 1,200, something like that.
Like I said earlier, he 121 in the game against Arizona. I mean, if he comes close to even hitting those every game, it's just going to be.
Well, some teams are going to double team him and let the other receivers get it until they figure out halfway through the game, and they're like, shit. MBS has now got 180 yards. No, let's double team him. So so that's why I say I'm going to go with 1,450 or so. What did you guys say for that? Do you remember?
We were low thousands, I think.
Yeah, I think I won 1,050. I think it's where I'm going to end up with him on that. Yep. What was some of the other predictions? Defense. How many sacks is the defense going to get this year?
I'll say 13.
13?
Yeah.
I think I went 80. I don't even remember. I was way over the top. How many interceptions are they going to get this year? The defense.
22.
Nice. It's a good number.
I'm going to go higher on that.
How many of those are going to be pick six?
3.
Nice. Good number. Good number. Chico, do you remember any of the other stuff we talked about?
I don't.
Oh, yeah. And I'll ask you this final prediction. Kansas City. Well, let me wrap up 2 of these in there. Kansas City, are they going to host their 5th straight AFC Championship game?
Yes.
Are they going to win?
Yes.
You have an echo in your room.
I know.
Who are they playing in the Super Bowl? Come on, you've had to have thought about this.
I'm going to say this only because it's never happened. Sorry,
Okay.
I refrain. It has happened once.
One
It was
time.
Green Bay. It was Green Bay.
Uh-huh.
I want a Green Bay Chiefs Super Bowl and actually have Aaron Rodgers actually play against Mahomes for the first time.
Chico, do you remember my prediction was for who we play in the Super Bowl?
It was Green Bay.
That was
And
my
mine
prediction.
was Philadelphia. So
Yep.
So yeah, me and you are in the same wavelength, and Karen and Gunnar are on the same wavelength.
Yep.
And that's the reason why. I mean, he's got maybe 1-2 years left with that team, or as his career potentially. You know, his receiving core isn't that good right now. It'll get better as people heal up. He missed all the training camp, so he didn't have any camaraderie with that team. So I think they're gonna turn it around quickly.
Right.
So I think there's a high probability that it might happen.
My prediction is the one thing that everybody wants, and I think it'll finally come true, is you're going to finally see Aaron Rodgers face off against Patrick Mahomes.
So how do I put this? Vegas made the call.
So true. So true. So what let's real quick, what do we think did we already ask this?
What, the score for tomorrow?
Yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad. There's so many predictions flying around here. I don't have a list of them. So
yeah, I think I got the
me.
highest score prediction.
Yeah.
I will say, and this is why I went high on the score, is every game that they played so far or recently with Herbert and Mahomes has been above 54 points.
Right on.
So if you're taking the over, it's probably a decent bet based on the past history of these two playing. And unless, like I said, our defense is middle of the pack, then that's going to lessen the score. So
right on.
Otherwise, it's going to be like the Rams game, 51, 54,
Oh, yeah. That was a
which
good
I
one.
don't want. I want, our defense to step up and, keep them low and let us score.
Yep.
That's why I said 45-24 or something like that.
Right on. All right. Okay. So, real quick housekeeping. We will next week. There will be 2 episodes of Indiana Chiefs Fans. You'll have this episode you're watching listening to right now is going to come out on Tuesday. We are going to be swapping up Indiana Chiefs Fans and Golden Image podcast days. So on Thursday, you're going to have an Indiana Chiefs fan and a Golden Image podcast coming out on the same day.
Double treat. Is this like a double
treat
feature?
It's like a double. It's like riding a tricycle.
No, it's like going to the drive-in theater. You get 2 for 1.
2 for 1. Yeah, you can also get 2 for 1 at your local 7-Eleven on Monster energy drinks.
Like a word from our sponsor that we don't have?
Harry Houdini, the ghost of Harry Houdini is now haunting a 7-Eleven somewhere in the United States, and he keeps posting on all of the Golden Mojo Entertainment podcasts, different things. So, and he actually mentioned the Indiana Chiefs fans in one of them. So
I know who it is.
You know who that is?
I do. It's my boy.
It's
my
your
boy.
It's your boy Snake Plissken.
Nope. The homeless man in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh.
Listen, speaking of the boy from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, he actually sent us did you see the email he sent?
I did.
Do you want to read that email or
yeah, I can pull her up here. You
okay.
continue on with your stuff. Let me pull it
all
up.
right, you pull that up, and the homeless guy from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has emailed us, and it is a doozy. It's amazing. But yeah, so next week you're going to get 2 episodes of Indiana Chiefs fans, and I'm super excited because this is going to put us on the week of, so we can be talking about the game and then be talking about the upcoming game, and you're going to get it that week. And I'm super excited to change this up so we fall in time. And hands out to Chico. He's going to be taking on the extra responsibility of getting the turnaround on those a lot quicker. And it's a big load for him to do, and I appreciate that he's willing to do that. And hopefully the fans do too.
Late nights.
Hopefully.
Late nights.
Yeah, it'd be late nights. And
All right.
yeah,
Can't wait to hear this email.
Yeah, so we got an email from the homeless guy outside of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He said, Golden J, Chico, and Chief, stop making fun of me. I'm homeless because I lost most of my life savings betting on the Browns to beat the Chiefs on January 17th, 2022 playoff game. But stinking Chad Henne had to throw a pass to Tyreek Hill to steal the game. This is after we knocked Mahomes out. Secondly, I bought a chain of massage parlors in Cleveland. When we traded for Deshaun Watson, all my masseuses quit. They didn't want to have him touch them inappropriately. Signed, the homeless guy outside the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. P.S. If you buy me a bus ticket to Kansas City, I'll root for the Chiefs and live outside Union Station.
Well, we need to follow up to see if he's going to open up a massage parlor there.
I don't know if I want to go to that massage parlor.
Oh, that is great. I'm glad we heard from the homeless man from in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in that dumpster fire of a town called Cleveland. And a shout out to Colton and his cabs and I don't even know, we were talking to him earlier, and some of the dumbest thing he's ever heard of has come out of Cleveland and that homeless guy. And we hope that he just stays in Cleveland. Sorry, homeless man. Stay in Cleveland. We don't need you in Kansas City.
We actually have enough.
Yeah, we're afraid that you'll bring that Cleveland bad luck. So just go ahead and stay out there. And remember, that's not Rainn Wilson's drumstick floating around in the water out there.
You're such a nerd.
You stole my joke.
I did steal your joke. I walked right into that one.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, unbelievable. What else do we need to cover on the way out? We talked about changing that. But we got so much stuff going on. I'm excited.
You did have one more thing.
I did have one more thing. What is it?
It's our to-do list.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, he forgot to do the to-do list.
Yeah.
Well, I want to implement something new into the Indiana Chiefs fans. I just think it'll be fun, and I think it kind of plays into Phil, you being out there right now. I want to introduce the to-do list. And when I say to-do list, I want us to tell our listeners and our fans something to go and to do. Okay. You want me to go first? I'll go first this week.
Go ahead.
Are you ready? On my to-do list for our fans is, I say you guys need to go watch the movie called Me Time. It's got Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg in it. I watched it last week sometime. Fucking hilarious movie. I fucking rolled. It is definitely a dude movie. It is not a chick flick. It's a dude movie, and it is freaking hilarious. And I put that on your to-do list.
Nice.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I want the listeners to share a tradition that Sarah and I have. Football season starts, and we always restart watching Friday Night Lights, the TV series. So putting on your to-do list, at least go start the first season. Give it a watch. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It's a great show.
Hoorah.
Nice. Good movie, good movie, good TV show.
Yeah.
Big fan of Tim Riggins.
Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor Kitsch. Love that guy.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, Chief. How about you, buddy? What's on your to-do list for our fans?
So for this week, the to-do list is buy you whatever kind of shot that you like. And as soon as we kick the shit out of Los Angeles at the end of the game, you, wife, significant other, if you don't have one, use the wall, cheers the wall. And do your shot at the end of the game.
That's on the to-do list.
Karen and I do that every time the Chiefs win. So we have one shot in celebration of them. If they lose, we have two. So this week we're doing.
You said if they lose, you have two.
Yeah, so it starts the the sorrow process. It dulls the pain a little easier.
There you go.
But this week you're only going to need one. Like I said, if you don't have a significant other, someone around you, use the wall, just clink.
There you go.
Down it. I'll get us on video doing it. It's one of our traditions that we typically do.
All right, Chiefs fans, there you go. There's your to-do list for the week. After the Chiefs game, when the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Los Angeles Chargers, film yourself taking a shot. Cheers to the Chiefs. Send it to inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com. And maybe we'll slip it into the old YouTube feed. How would that be? Can we make that happen, Chico?
Oh yeah.
All right, there you go. All right. It has been another amazing episode of Indiana Chiefs fans. I am so happy that you could join us, Phil. I know it's been a really long day and a lot of driving.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be looking forward to doing that driving here in the next few weeks.
Oh yeah.
Until then, we're going to enjoy the first ever Amazon Prime Thursday night football game. I don't know if it's the first ever because they've been kind of doing some Prime games all along, but
Well, this is the first time they had the contract.
Yeah, this is the first official. Yeah, for sure.
And I might add, next week, look forward to some Chiefs fellowship on the show. I hope to have a few clips.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Phil's going to go tailgating before the Chargers game and go talk to some of those Chiefs fans out there in the parking lot, and hopefully we'll have some clips and stuff we can play back for you.
And by the way, I found the homeless guy from Cleveland.
Where was he?
He was right. Here's his picture.
You write a book, or is that the nice picture frame?
No, he sent me it just came in the mail.
It actually kind of looks like him.
Oh my God. That's unbelievable.
Oh, too good.
So, all you Chiefs fans, we got to Kansas City. We're at the plaza at Jack Stack. We ordered the Crown meal, which comes with prime ribs, burn-ins, B-sides, and the wife came with mine, but that's optional, I guess.
Can you get that sent back? And because it's a little overdone.
Potatoes. We destroyed the prime rib already. Sorry. Perfect burn-ins, ribs, beans, corn, and the wife of 25 years as of yesterday.
Look at that big old fancy ring.
Yes, bling bling on. And all her Chiefs jewelry. So I'll drop for a bit. I just wanted to get the Jack Stack fit in. You want me to do a zoom out of the restaurant or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll stand up. It's a pretty big restaurant. Really nice.
Is that one bigger than the one that we went to?
I wasn't even paying attention. You say someone with bears walked by?
No, I said, is that bigger than the one that we went to?
Yeah, I'm pretty
It just-
sure.
It just looks bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll join back in a bit.
Okay.
Prime rib is awesome. All right, see you in a bit.
All right. Bye. Oh, Chico, you got some socials for me? Colton says you'd read them.
He does. He always tells me I'm going to read them.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. You can check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/inchiefsfanspod. And like Golden Jay said before, if you have anything you want to send us, taking your shot after we win the game this week, send those videos or just emails to inchiefsfanspodcast@gmail.com. And you can also check out all of the other podcasts under the Golden Mojo Entertainment. Is it called the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of Podcasts, or is it?
That's what everybody's been kind of calling it. I just say it's all under the big umbrella, but
It's about to switch because I like the sound of that. The Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of Podcasts. You can check out the Call Guys podcast at facebook.com/the Call Guys pod, Golden Image podcast at facebook.com/Golden Image podcast, the Murdnerds at facebook.com/Murdnerds, and the United States of Paranormal at facebook.com/the United States of Paranormal.
and also just released the United States of Paranormal.com,
Yes.
where you can go check out some all the episodes are on there. Also there's a couple pictures up of the Team Tejas plus Team Boozers and a little bit of a write-up. And the new merch store is now live on the actual website on the .com. So just a little something extra there to throw in there. So looking forward to seeing some traffic over there. Check out some of that new merch. New Mothman t-shirts are up. You got to have one of those.
Nice.
All right.
Darren locked herself out. Then she blamed me. And then she blamed me. I'm like, I've been in this room, the door locks by itself.
That is such a Karen move.
Yeah, I know. Rookie.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for joining me tonight. Appreciate both of you. And to all the fans out there, the ones that have been checking us out, either on YouTube or on whatever favorite streaming site that you like, please go out, rate and review us if you listen on Apple or Spotify. We definitely need a little bit of love. So for those who have rated us, thank you and left us comments. Appreciate it. And to the homeless guy who sent us an email, that was awesome. And all the emails and comments we get, we so much appreciate it. So thank you for listening from our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana. I only got one thing for you guys. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yep. How about those Chiefs? We'll see you guys twice next week. So peace out.
And by the way, Jeremy did promise me when we hit 10,000 views across all the videos, he'll do a episode shirtless.
It's true. I will.
Like that comedian that just takes his shirt off.
Bert. Yeah, Bert.
Yeah.
Bert's the best. Yeah.
Bert's
my body looks just like his. All right, boys. Until next week. Later.
Hey, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Karen